Hello everyone, good evening to you all. Welcome back to the channel. We are back for another live discourse as we do our end of season review show. Obviously, I probably would have done this video sooner, but obviously I've been quite busy these last few. I've been busy this weekend, so I've not actually had a chance to be able to do this. But yeah, we're here. We'll do it tonight, and we'll get into it in a moment. But yeah, go through the comments. Big up to RS, big up mate. Thank you for coming. Yeah, like I say, smash the likes and subscribe if you're new. Yeah, big up to you, mate. Big up. George is in. Big up, Ryan. Hope you're okay. Yeah, big up to you, George. Thank you for coming back. Yeah, I'm okay, I guess. Just coming back down to earth after a very good weekend, of course. Kind of come crashing down to reality all of a sudden. After having such a good time, but it is what it is. Joseph's in. Big up to you, mate. Yeah, it's been alright. Not done a lot, but it's been alright. So yeah, I hope you've had a good day too. And Ben's in. Yo, big up, mate. Thank you for coming in. Hope you're well. And Ramsey's in. Evening to you, mate. Thank you for coming by as well. But of course, we have got Ollie in the back room. So we're gonna get him in now. Of course, he's becoming a real regular on my channel, actually, and it's always a pleasure to have him join me, of course. Obviously we have a great weekend at Highest Point. So yeah, let's welcome in to the stream, Ollie. Big up,
yes,
mate.
Ryan, big up, man, big up. Sorry, I'm on my phone. As I said, my mic isn't arrived, so I was supposed to join on my laptop. But yeah, big up, Ryan. Of course, has been a great, obviously, 2 days at Highest Point. First day was great. Freya Riding's, of course, your favourite, but still were great as well. And then obviously the Saturday Anne-Marie closed off what's been a great stream. Great weekend. That's 2 days. Yeah, it was a great day. Obviously, also on the Saturday, Gokwan was amazing. So many mosh pits. It was incredible. We were front row as well. Top loader were great as well. Front row for that. Yeah, Dance in the Moonlight was good. And Anne-Marie was definitely my favorite. The thing about Anne-Marie is I knew all her songs. So and she also performed a new song as well. The same with Top Loader. They performed a song that isn't out yet. So it's good to festival season started. It's not actually my only festival this year. I'm actually going to Big Church in a few weekends time. So, but yeah, if you haven't already, go subscribe to my YouTube channel, which I will shout out later. I've got loads of videos about 10 Anne-Marie videos, Dancing in the Moonlight from Top Loader, about 6 fair ridings, and I've got a Sigma song, and then I got Go remix by Goddard, originally by Cat Burns with the Goddard drum bass remix. But yeah, me and Ryan had a great time. Ryan enjoyed it. Good first festival for him, of course. And yeah, I mean, hopefully we meet up again. The thing that surprised me most about Ryan though was that how tall he was. When you sit down, it doesn't seem like you're tall when you sit down, but when you stand up and when I see you, you're even taller than my dad, which was also obviously nice to meet your dad. And he also met my dad's friend who's a Bolton fan. He was telling her about Danny Ward. Apparently he's linked with Bolton and he's a former Bolton player. Carl Dempsey used to play for Bolton as well. So they've got a few players that have played for Bolton as well. So yeah, as I said, great 2 days Highest Point. We were counting down the days and it finally came. And obviously big journey, not long journey for you, but for me it was about 4.5 hours. So but it was definitely worth the hours. I mean, the worst part was going home to Arsenal losing 3-0. Drove all that way like 4 hours just to watch the game and then lose. But listen, the title's over for us guys, and obviously you've ended a decent season, and we'll obviously talk about that. But yeah, staying up is great positive. I guess the positive with Arsenal is obviously we got Champions League football, so that's the only really positive. And who would have knew that we would finish second and be in a title race at the start of the season? Which, yeah, but big up Ryan for having me on. I think this 5th, 6th appearance on the channel. Of course, my first was the championship predictions, and I've been on about 2 or 3 of those. And then I was on your 2 streams last week, so I'd done 2 prediction streams, 2 streams. I think this is my 6th or 5th appearance, actually 6th, I think, because I've had 5 last time. But it's good to be back on, of course. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll do a stream this week. I'm a bit annoyed about the game and still haven't got a mic yet, which is why I'm on my phone. But yeah, listen, good to be back on. As you said, it's been a crazy, weekend slash few days at highest point. I'd love to go again, hopefully next year. And another thing, obviously, hopefully, you can make the round trips, come over to Cardiff to see Freya Ridings again, hopefully in concert. She's at a place called the Great Hall, which is where in Cardiff University. I've been there a few times. I went to see Nathan Dawe there. I went to see Sagala there, and I went to see who else did I see there? Sigrid as well. So it's quite a small venue. It's in the university, but it'll be good. And it's in October, so not sure. It might sell out quickly actually because it's quite a small venue, and she's quite popular. But she was amazing, and as I said, Anne Marie was incredible. We were sat on the hill for Anne Marie, or standing.
Yeah.
But we had a great view. Yeah, it was a great weekend, of course, and luckily I got my phone a few days after my birthday, so I had decent quality for my videos and stuff. But yeah, it was so fun, and I wish I could do it again. It would have been nice to have an extended time as well, whether it be on the Sunday or we go on the Thursday if they had a decent lineup. But as I said, I've done a post recently. I've tagged the 20 people who I want to see. So hopefully, I mean, it was funny because last year I did it and I tagged Sigma, who were there this year, and I tagged Subfocus, who's there this year. So I've actually tagged a few people who are there this year. I tagged Subfocus, Gokwan, Freya Ridings. So I tagged the people who I like this year. And then I've tagged new people like Ray, Tom Grennan, Joel Corey, Nathan Dawe, James Hype. So I've tagged. I really want to see a decent DJ on the main stage actually next year. Obviously, Gokwan was incredible, but he's not really known as a DJ. He's known as being a presenter or a fashion artist. He's not really known as so I want someone who's like a big, like well-known DJ like Joel Corey or James Hype. But yeah, I'm going on too much now. I'll let you talk. But yeah, highest point was great. Good season for Huddersfield. We'll get onto that. But big up for having me on again, Ryan. And yeah, let's enjoy the stream. Hopefully, Arrest joins later on.
Yeah, big up. And yeah, obviously RS has been waiting in the back room. Obviously, I know you were speaking, so I don't like interrupting you. But yeah, RS is here earlier than I expected. I think, but obviously he's always welcome to come on every once anyway. But yeah, let's get him in. Welcome onto the stream, RS. How you doing?
Big up, RS.
Yeah, man, big up. Oh, Ali, you bleed. What's up, man? Yeah, man, big up. Me on. Talk about the mighty Huddersfield. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, well, let's get into it now. Obviously, we have it's only 10 minutes on the clock now, but yeah. I mean, yeah. Look, I'm gonna start right at the beginning to be fair, because obviously this season, yeah, it's been a tough season. It really has, overall. I think, I think we have to go right back to the summer, where obviously we just missed out on the playoffs. Obviously, after spending anything, obviously then the club, weren't prepared to back Carlos Corbyn. Which I think was absolutely shocking, really. And the way the squad was forming, he wasn't getting the players he wanted, and so he ended up leaving ultimately on day one of the pre-season, which left us absolutely in the mire for weeks before the season started. So yeah, it's just not really. It set us up to fail really this season. To be honest with you, it disrupted us a lot. And yeah, obviously, instead of getting somebody with experience, we promote Danny Schofield from the academy to the first team. Look, it was clearly he was not ready for this side of a job, really, let's be honest. He'd not managed at this level before. It was an absolute toothless decision from the board. And it's just common sense, really. You've got to get somebody in that's experienced. Obviously, he didn't last long. Obviously, he lasted 2 months after taking a job. He won only 1 game in 10 matches. And it was a complete disaster, really. And obviously, I'm going to be waffling on for a bit, but I will get the guests involved in it. But obviously, then the club obviously ironically said, "Oh, they need to get this managerial appointment right and all this nonsense." And what do they go and do? We go for absolute rookie, is what I call him. Never managed a team before. And if you look at the managers that were linked to us, the ones that had experience, we decided to go for the cheap option as usual. Obviously, well and truly backfired on the club. You could tell the unrest in the camp kind of thing. Obviously, rumours of bust-ups on the training ground and things like that. Look, this guy had exchanges with most people in the squad because of the way it was. Throwing players under the bus after making mistakes, destroying the confidence. And ultimately the performances were not improving, as we know, under this guy. And I think we should have got rid of him before Christmas, but the club left him in his role until February for some reason. I have no idea why, because he was clearly not improving. He won 5 out of his last. He won 5 of his 21 matches in charge. Absolutely shocking. The final straw obviously came at Blackpool, obviously, when losing a 2-goal lead to draw. So they were seen laughing and joking with Mick McCarthy in the centre circle, which I thought was shocking. And then he came off to the fans, which of course didn't go down well with the fans. Obviously got a lot of boos there. 4 months in, and there we are. We are scrambling to find another manager in the same season. It's just not good enough, really. At this point, obviously, I had no idea what the club would do next, because I think the trust and faith in them making the decisions was zero, and that still remains zero right now. And I think that it was a big surprise, obviously, when Neil Warnock came through the door. I didn't expect that, but he was the only guy, as we've said in previous streams, to do the job, really. Obviously Ramsey says I was actually against sacking Scott at first. I thought if he had a month longer, he would have found his feet. But after seeing how he's done at Doncaster, he should never have been promoted at Town. It's true. It's true. We should. For me, he should never have got the job. It's one of those. But it's one of those really where we just have to be honest about it. Really, he should never have been given the job. But obviously the transformation begun from that moment. Obviously Neil Warnock came in to work his magic once again. Obviously, his first match in charge, obviously, was a 2-1 win against Birmingham at home. But then, obviously, we followed by back-to-back losses, both 4-0. What are your thoughts on the season? Because I don't want to keep waffling on, but obviously I did have a lot to say about it. But look, it's been a poor season, and we just can't hide the fact that it has. And I know obviously we've survived, and obviously it's all good, but look, I don't really feel like it's a successful season, even though we survived.
Yeah, I agree, man, because people need to look at the beginning, man, because obviously with Mark Fuffering, like, as you said, it was starting to laugh with Mick McCarthy, so I don't know what on earth he was doing at the club. Obviously, as you said, there was bust-ups in trainings. When I look at a club that has bust-ups in trainings, when players do that, it shows me that things are not going well for the manager. They just don't like him.
I'm on stream.
Yeah.
I shaved and it went over a spot.
Yeah. But Mark Fotham for me. Listen.
Wait, what? Who muted my mic? Oh.
Yeah, because he's speaking over all, and we're trying to do the show.
Sorry.
Doing something, but obviously,
Yeah, no, it's fine. But I agree with you, man. He should have been sacked way before February, but the club got that wrong. And obviously, when he got sacked, all the Town fans had zero faith in the board of who they're going to pick next. And the legend himself, Neil Warnock, comes in. Obviously, his debut, he gets a win. So yeah, man. I agree. I don't think Success, I'm not sure. Yes, maybe because he stayed up, but at the beginning, listen, there's no way that's a success in the beginning when you have bust ups and trainings, and yeah, man, it's not good at the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, Ollie, obviously, I know you said it wasn't a bad season, but for me, I disagree because I think it was a bad season and we should never have been in this position. Of course, we stayed up and that was that, but we should never have been in that position. But yeah, what do you think about the season, obviously?
Yeah, sorry about that. When you muted my mic, I thought I was gone when I turned my camera off because my mum just came in. So I turned my camera off and I thought my mic was muted, but it's fine. So yeah, for me, obviously you disagree because I said it wasn't a bad season. When I mean it wasn't a bad season is, you stayed up. So it's not a bad season, but it's better than bad, It's not been good, it's not been great, it's been not bad, which, you say, when you say, oh, I'm not bad, it means you're good, but you're not really the best or whatever. You don't say, oh, I'm not good and you're whatever. But yeah, it's been an all right season for you guys. At the start, it didn't go well. You've obviously had a few managers and Neil Warnock being the best. If you had Neil Warnock at the start, you would have been in a much better place. You probably even could fight for playoffs or promotion or top mid table. But it is a shame that Neil Warnock came in so late. Obviously, you're in the process of getting a new manager, and he came in, former manager as well. You've been in the Premier League before, so hopefully you can do that again soon. But yeah, it was a bit too late for me. So getting in with Neil Warnock, you should have just kept your manager and tried to stay up with him. But Neil Warnock turned it around in the last games. Obviously, you finished 18th, but you could have finished higher. You were level on points with Birmingham and Stoke, and they both actually lost their last games, but just shy on goal difference between both of them. So look, finishing 18th is not a good season, but it's not bad. Because obviously you stayed up. Neil Warnock came in. Karoma did well. Jack Rodoni did well. Obviously, that defender got Player of the Month. Helic. A few other decent defenders as well. Danny Ward as well, brilliant striker, possibly linked with Bolton or a move away because obviously his contract's ending soon. I think most likely to go to the Championship club, or I think if Bolton get promoted, he might go to Bolton. It'd be a good signing for Bolton. They do need a striker. They obviously got Dion Charles, but he could either play with Dion Charles or he could be a backup for Dion Charles. Or even Dion Charles might move on elsewhere and it is a shame with Bolton as well. I do kind of support Bolton a bit. They're my League One team, but they'll be my probably second Championship team if they come up. But they've also got a goalkeeper called James Trafford. And if you guys know a YouTuber called Thogden, he jokes around saying it's his brother, but it's not actually his brother because he looks like him. And he's apparently going back to Man City. He came on loan to Bolton a few seasons ago and he's going to be leaving. But yeah, onto the Huddersfield topic, of course. Neil Warnock did a good job, came in late. You stayed up. And as I said, you could have finished higher than 18th. You could have finished 16th, unfortunately, because of goal difference. But look, you had a good end to the season as well. You beat you went on a good winning run. I think you won 3 games in a row. You beat Middlesbrough, who were third. You beat Norwich. Obviously there was some.
No, we didn't beat Norwich.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, there was a few frustrating draws as well. I'm not sure if it was against Preston or Sheffield Wednesday where you were ahead and then they scored. What was that game where you were like 2-1 ahead and then they scored late on and it was 2-2? What game was that?
Sure, that was. Thought that was well. When was?
No, it was away or is it home? I'm not sure. Might have been Preston. Yeah, but if you would have got a few more wins and had a decent start to the season, who knows what you could be doing. But for me, when you've had a bad season, you always focus on next season. You always think, oh, what are we going to do next season? We're going to have a new manager. We're going to recruit in the summer. We're going to be in a better position, and that's what I'm hoping for Huddersfield as well. I've got too many Championship teams, and I'm really upset that Reading have gone down. That they're one of my Championship teams. They'll probably be my League One team if Bolton do go up. Obviously, Bolton, good thing for them. Peterborough beat Sheffield Wednesday 4-0, so it looks like they're winning that one because in the second leg, Sheffield Wednesday would have to score 5 goals without reply. And then obviously they've got to beat Barnsley first, though. It's 1-1 through the last leg, and they've got to play away, which is going to get tougher. They were 1-0 down, they came back. But yeah, I think you had a decent season. If you would have gone down, we would have been speaking like badly. We would have said it's a bad season. You've gone down. You're not in the Championship anymore. You've gone down to League One. It's going to be tough to get back in the Premier League now. But you stayed in and you focus on next season. Next season, I think you either get Neil Warnock back, you either get a decent manager that will do well for you, and then start the season well. Maybe start with a win and then keep the momentum going. Maybe trying at least keep a manager instead of getting rid of one and then getting one halfway through and then getting another manager to keep you up or keep you mid-table.
Yeah.
But I think next season you can definitely either bet playoffs, which is probably about 20% possible, finish mid-table, which is about 50%, stay up, which is about 75%, and then get relegated, which is probably quite possible. But for me, I think next season, if you don't get relegated, it'll be a good season again. But this season, you had a good end and Neil Warnock coming in and stuff. But for me, if I had to rate it, and I don't know if we're going to do that, but I'll probably give it a 6 out of 10 because it would have been much lower. If you would have got relegated, it would have been like a 1, 2, 3, or 4. But for me, 6 is average, and it would have probably gone up to the 7 if you finished higher. For me, if you get 8, 9, 10, you've got promoted or you've got playoffs, whatever, and then 6, 7's average. I would have given you, as I said, I would have given you 7, maybe even a 5 I could give it as well. But 6 is generous, of course. 18th place, which is a few places above the relegation zone. You stayed up and ended the season well, got Neil Warnock. But yeah, I'll end it there. But it's been an all right season. It's not been bad. You don't be negative about the season. You stayed up. You finished higher than you probably thought you would. So yeah, it's not been the best season, but as I said, it's not been incredibly bad. You've stayed up, and yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but for me, I do disagree with a few points that you said. But I understand your point of view, of course. I mean, yeah, Joe's is why. I mean, yeah, Michael Carrick was my choice, but like I said, what we could have done, what we didn't do, what we wanted to happen, is irrelevant now. We didn't get him, and this is what happened. So. Yeah, it's all ifs, buts, and maybes. We didn't get him. We should have got him. We didn't because we didn't want to pay. Them wage, but then we ended up having to sack 2 managers and paying 2 managers off. So in effect, we would have just been better off getting somebody that just to spend a bit more on somebody that was actually going to be decent for us. But anyway, what do I know? Ramsey says most questionable transfer law of the season. Like which Ramsey? Yeah, I mean, Joseph said knockout, and to me, on the balance of things, that was very questionable. I did say that it was a risk worth taking with him, but
what about Vlahovic, whatever his name is?
I don't think that was questionable because we needed a goalkeeper, and it wasn't Ramsey. We needed a goalkeeper as well. So yeah, I don't think that. But yeah, knockout. Just going back to knockout a minute, I think that. It was worth a risk. I said that at the time. I said it was worth it. Obviously, we knew his injury record and things like that. But there were also rumours about him downing tools and saying he didn't want to play for, which is why Neil Warnock never actually included him in the squad, at all. Towards the end of the season, So that's hugely disappointing to hear, really. But yeah, that signing was shocking in the end. Flop of the season, can anyone who has been in the squad this season? Did you expect big things from the start of the season, but they just underperformed? Yeah, I mean, flop of the. I mean, I don't really like scapegoating somebody really. I mean, it's a tricky one.
Waghorn.
Well, Waghorn. I mean, to be honest with you, I didn't expect big things from him because when he came in, he wasn't coming with any pedigree. So I don't know if that's maybe but. Canberra. Yeah, Canberra, maybe we were expecting a bit more from him, but obviously hardly played for us. We played once, I think. That was it. Unbelievable. But yeah. I mean, yeah, Ollie, I don't agree with you about the Fotheringham situation. We shouldn't have kept Fotheringham at all, really. we would have got relegated with him. I know say about changing the managers, and you don't want to be doing that, but and just keep with him. But if we would have kept with him, we would have gone down. Really, that's reality. But yeah, obviously the way Neil Warnock came in, obviously, and managed to steady the ship, and obviously, well, at first he did. Obviously, then at one point we were 7 points adrift from safety. I think it was after the Coventry game, and I was thinking to myself, yeah, this doesn't look good. This may have happened too late, this appointment with Neil Warnock, but obviously I was proved wrong, and I'm glad I was. But yeah, it was very rocky along the way. But obviously that point at Norwich was the real turning point for me, because obviously we fought back, got a point there, and that's when our fortunes did begin to change. So we went to Millwall. Obviously, to be honest, I admit I didn't feel like we were going to get anything at Millwall. I don't think anybody did. Obviously, it was a difficult place to go, and they were really doing well. So I didn't really give us any hope for this. But obviously, we did win the game 1-0. But then, obviously, we followed that up with a 4-2 win over Middlesbrough, which was absolutely fantastic. 4-2. That was a good game. And then we followed that up with a away victory at Watford, 3-2, which is a fantastic win. And obviously followed that with a point against Blackburn away from home. So we lost to Swansea, obviously. Then Sunderland came, and we got a point there. We really should have won that game in the second half, but a point was a steady point. And then we travelled to Cardiff, as we know. The magnitude of this game was huge. And we got a 2-1 win. We had to win this game, and we did. So that was great. Obviously, yeah, that magical night, obviously on Thursday, the 4th of May, obviously, the night we survived, with, the greatest escape in Champions history, honestly, just unbelievable, really. Obviously, I'm smiling, but I mean, it was a special night. Yeah, and obviously followed by a final day game when we could just relax, really, and enjoy it. But it was nice to get a win to finish the season. Obviously said goodbye to the legend that is Neil Warnock, and obviously Ronnie Jepson. But yeah, it was an emotional day. It was a great day, obviously 2-0. So yeah, on the balance, obviously we know that Warnock, obviously, he won 7 games out of his 15. But I think a big part of his success here was the fact he managed to instill so much confidence, in the players, and got the best out of everyone. Look at the likes of Josh Corone, obviously revitalising his career. Obviously the resurgence of Jack Redoni as well. Redoni, he did look okay at parts throughout the season, but I think he came on even more when Warnock came in. We saw a lot better from him when Warnock came in, so that was fantastic to see. But yeah, I go back to what I said earlier. We should never have been in this position, and obviously that was all down to the off-field decisions, really, poor off-field decisions, which is just not good enough. But yeah, I mean, obviously, we'll start with the player of the season now. Obviously, who we think was the player of the season. For me, I'll go first. It has to be Hellick. I think he's been outstanding. Even more so when Pearson got back, obviously. But the amount of times he's, really helped us in that defensive line. He's played a big part in keeping games tight a lot of the time. But yeah, for me, unbelievable player. And it isn't even close, really, for me in terms of player of the season. We said Jack Redoni is probably quite close, but I just think Jack Redoni obviously had a decent season, but he didn't. It was more towards the end of the season that we saw what he could really do. So yeah, Hellick, the brick wall as I call him, yeah, fantastic player. It has to be Hellick spot on if I had to predict next season player of the season. Yeah. Matty Pearson and Michael Hellett players this season, but yeah. I mean, Ollie, who do you think is our player of the season on the balance of things? I mean, obviously, there's a few contenders, obviously, like I say, I think, obviously, Radone, Pearson, Hellick, I think are my top three. But yeah, for me, it's Hellick. But what do you think?
Yeah, sorry. For me, obviously in goal, I don't think anyone in goal will get player of the season. Moving on defense, obviously Hellick got player of the season for Huddersfield, but I don't think he deserves it really. I don't think anyone else in defense deserves it, even because obviously you've conceded a lot of goals and stuff like that. Midfield, Jack Radoni's definitely up there. But for me, I'm tempted to give it to either Danny Ward or Josh Koroma, but I'm going to give it to Josh Koroma. He scored a lot of goals for you guys. He's done well. He's a good striker for you guys. Hopefully he stays on next season and maybe even get another striker. Maybe you can get like a championship striker, maybe someone like Danny Ings. Well, no, he's Premier League, but someone, I forgot his name. I'm trying to think. Andy Carroll, maybe someone like that. I don't know. But yeah, for me, him, could, up there definitely, Jack Radoni, Hellick, because he got the Huddersfield player of the season. But yeah, for me, I'm going different. I don't know if anyone else agrees with me, but I'm going to go with Josh Koroma.
Yeah. RS, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Helix. This guy's been a brick wall.
Who?
Helix, centre back.
Oh, Helix, yeah.
He's been a brick wall. He's been good. He stepped up almost game to fan. He's got the player of the season, so, and he's won it, so well deserved. Obviously, there's so many options, man. Because we can say Rodoni, but for me, Helix is the one. Brick wall, man. I'm sure that he has a nickname of brick wall, so yeah, man. He gets my vote for me.
Yeah. So next up, the sign of the season for me, it has to be Hellick again, to be honest with you, because he's come in and we knew he came with some pedigree, obviously playing at Barnsley, obviously full of experience at this level. But for me, Hellick is the sign of the season as well for me. But yeah, Ollie, who do you think our sign of the season is?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Hellick as well. You signed him and now he's the player of the season. So for me, yeah, I'm going to go with Hellick. Can't really think of anyone else who've signed. I mean, Vlahovic, I quite like goalkeeper transfers, but I don't think that's a good transfer. Can't really think of anyone else, to be honest. Hellick, definitely. I don't think you've made any strikers ones or any other position. But for me, yeah, I'll go with Hellick.
Yeah. Fair enough. I'm sorry about this. Sorry. Horace, did I get your sign of the season?
Oh, no. This is tough, man. Because see this Hungball one. You know what? I'm gonna give this one to Hungball. No, I'm not giving two to Helix. I'll just give one to Hungball, man. Listen,
He doesn't even start.
I mean, there's only he does start a few games. Yeah, man, he's been brilliant for the town, and yeah, man. But it's so hard, man, because obviously Helix, yes, we could say he's sign of the season, but I mean, if I had to if I can give both, then probably Helix and Hungball. But for me, Hungball. But listen, Helix, absolutely brilliant. But yeah, both of them be brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, these are one for me now, because obviously I know no one attended the games other than me in this live. But for me, it has to be the Middlesbrough game, the home game, 4-2. Obviously, we won 4-2. That has to be the winner for me. I think that was the best home game this season, for sure. Next up, obviously, best away game. For me, it has to be Cardiff. The magnitude of that game, we know how big it was when going into it, and obviously we got a result. I think it was a good away day. It was an early start, but it was a very good day and worth it. So, that's I would have maybe picked, the likes of the Watford game or the Millwall game. Obviously, I wasn't at them games, so yeah, for me, it has to be the Cardiff game. The goal of the season. Obviously, there was many contenders for the goal of the season. Actually, obviously watching the contenders video on the Huddersfield YouTube today, but for me, it has to be Humbo's goal against Reading. I think that goal was unbelievable. Obviously, the bend on that shot, obviously, it was unbelievable. What a strike, obviously. So, yeah, for me, Humbo's goal versus Reading, no question. But, yeah. Ollie, who do you think, if you've had a chance to look, if not, I'll come back to you. But,
yeah, I'm going to go with, I want to agree with you, but I'm going to go different. I'm going to go with Josh Koroma's goal against Reading.
Yeah.
It was a good goal. The first goal, it was from distance, wasn't it? Yeah, I can't really think of any other decent goals. Maybe some ones from distance, but I haven't really been watching Huddersfield long enough to know a goal of the season. But from what I've seen of them this season, I'm going to go with Josh Koroma's goal against Reading. I remember that goal. I was watching on the highlights and stuff. So yeah, I'll go with Josh Koroma against Reading, 2-0 win at home last game of the season.
Yeah. Oris, what?
Yeah,
what do you...
man. I was gonna say what you said, man. Humble, man, definitely. Like the curl on that strike. Oh my god, like it was a superb goal, man. And to do that, the final game of the season is brilliant. Just to end the season well, and man, good goal, good strike. And yeah, man, that was my only option. Obviously, there's others, but for me, Humble's goal, man. Wow, what a strike!
Yeah, absolutely. I admit, Ram says our squad is not even that far off being competitive next season as long as the likes of Redone and Koroma staying for. I mean, Koroma has to sign the contract first, Ramsey. That's worth noting. Yeah, obviously a few signings needed in midfield. I agree, a new striker and maybe a new right back. I mean, yeah. To be fair, I can't argue with that. But yeah, definitely. Obviously, if we can keep Koroma, obviously that'd be good. And yeah. Jose's gone for Radone as his player of the season, I'm presuming. Coventry because the away fans were close, followed by Sheffield United. You've gone for Danny Ward, Joe. Yeah, Danny. I'm presuming you mean Danny Ward goal against Sheffield United. Yeah, fair enough. And Ramsey's gone for Tino Andrew. Yeah, that was a good goal. To be fair, Tino's goal. I remember that. And yeah, you forgot about, he has to sign a contract first, and I don't know if he will, but yeah, obviously we have to wait until the ownership's situation is actually being cleared, because until then, we cannot do a thing, and time is not on our side. It's a quick turnaround, to be fair. The season's starting again soon, so there's no time to be messing around here. Yeah, I thought so. So yeah, next up, obviously, ideal signs. I mean, you don't have to particularly have a name here, but for me, it's apparent that we need a striker. It's for sure that in the striking position, it has to be a big priority this summer. In terms of names, I'm not too sure. I think we do need to be going with someone that played at this level. In the Championship, who has, obviously scored goals regularly in the Championship, which, again, they don't come cheap, of course, but, we have to be getting something that can score, 15, 20 goals, I would say. But it's not really easy to come, not really easy to find one. Lucas Zhao is going to, he's already got a club. Forgotten who he's going to now, but he's already secured a club, so unfortunately he's not an option. He's gone to Watford. Yeah, that was obviously he was a free agent, so yeah, obviously, unfortunately that's not an option now.
Guys,
Big
my
up.
mic's arrived, so I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Big up, mate. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you. Alfie May, good solid striker. Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't know who potentially, but so we need some size in midfield as well. Yeah, and so a bit of more depth in the defence wouldn't go amiss either. But yeah, I mean, Orist, what do you think about this? I mean, where would you look to strengthen first, maybe? And yeah.
Obviously, yeah, I agree with striker, but I also think midfield, obviously Jonathan Morgan and stuff, but I do feel like he needs another midfield to partner up, maybe push back Rodoni a bit forward. So that's what I think. I think you need both a striker and midfielder, but yeah, a striker is definitely like number one priority. And then maybe I would say move on to midfielders and then maybe fullbacks. Obviously, because you do need quite a few options. Yes, you've got some good stars, but when they don't go into form, when you need the options to come in and obviously compete with the. So, yeah, that's what I would go with.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, big up. I'm glad you're doing okay, mate. Hi, mate. I hope you're okay. Oh, yeah. Hello there, and you're big up to you. Yeah, no worries. Thank you for coming back. The dedication just coming on when your phone dies. You find no way to come on. So yeah, big up to you, man. No worries. Yeah, the Liverpool are playing.
Come on, Leicester.
I won't be on this long. I'm ending in a minute anyway. Actually. Oh right, I didn't know that striker is the biggest must. I don't know I can't remember what I said now, Joseph. But yeah.
I think you're talking about the thing, Lucas.
Oh yeah. That's right. Thank you. Yeah. He's already. I didn't know that at first, but then obviously I saw it. So yeah, striker is the biggest must for sure. I agree. But yeah. Obviously the season's done with now. We have to get the ownership situation clear that obviously, and then start rebuilding. Because I'm sorry, we haven't got time in it. It needs to be done in the next week. And if we don't, we need to start preparing for next season, and we need to get some players in. And then obviously, Humble obviously it doesn't look like Humbo is going to be staying after his post he made. It sounded like a goodbye post to me, that he put on his social media, but which for me it's a massive blow. We should have been targeting him as a player to come back. The problem is with loan players is you don't always have that guarantee say on what you don't always have that guaranteed say on the player, because obviously he's not yours, so it's one of those really. But yeah, not a good season really. We survived. It was been disastrous if we would have gone down, so we didn't do that, which is a huge relief. But yeah, it's one of those. I tell you who I wouldn't mind Osmond. I think he will be a good. Again, I'm not sure if he's played at this level, but potentially. Jerry Yates from Blackpool. Obviously, he did score goals for Blackpool, didn't he? In a really struggling side, and so that's a good shout, to be fair. Todd Bowley, the Pucho, did. Yeah, I'm just sick and tired of this waiting. I mean, we just haven't got time to be waiting. Yeah, and it's just one of those. But yeah, we have to forget about this season anyway. We have to focus on the summer. I do hope that the manager, not the manager, the owner actually clears out the board and starts again, because I'm sorry, I don't trust anybody in the club. So yeah, that's just my opinion. But will you be doing like a pre-season show? And I was gonna do that. I mean, I don't know when, to be fair. It'll be this week, so I'll be doing a sell keep and who I want to. No, I'll do a sell and keep show and who I want to come in as manager this week, but I don't know what day yet. We'll just have to see. But yeah, But yeah, that's it. To be fair, that's kind of. I mean, I don't know why all of you dropped out, but yeah, you're back now. But yeah, what was I say? Oh, you went to get your mic. Sorry, I apologise. But yeah, obviously, I don't know if anybody wants to add anything on to what I said, but yeah, I just think we just have to move on from this season. But we have to.
Can you hear me?
We have.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Right, try to connect your mic.
Yeah, I'm trying to, but I can't hear you when I plug it in. Hold on, let me see if that's the problem.
That's fine, but
Wait, let me try.
yeah, I agree with you, Ryan, man. I think the players, for me, they should. Yeah, as I said, the players should move on from this season. Obviously, focus new season, try and get obviously maybe top 10, maybe top 8, but just try and clear out their minds from this season and obviously focus next season. So that's what they should do, man, because it can't let them distract them, man. Obviously, they have said that, but maybe at the beginning they might get distracted. But for me, clear minds, new season, and go strong.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, obviously we're gonna finish it now. Orest, where can people find you and your stuff?
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube, Arsenal Football, Instagram, same thing, Twitter, Arsenal650, and yeah, man, big up family on.
No worries, big up. And Ole, big up for coming on. But yeah, where can people find you?
Yeah, obviously got the new mic, guys. It finally arrived. Hope you guys like it. So yeah, there may be a stream today. Sorry, this week. I'm not sure if I feel up to it. You can actually record on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to me. I can't stress enough. Just make sure you watch back my videos for public watch hours. I think I'm on 1,500. It just keeps going down and down. I don't know what's happening. But yeah, please subscribe to me there. Go like all my videos, subscribe, and if you're done, make sure you do comment done, and then I'll subscribe back. But I've also, me and Ryan, obviously I talked about it earlier. We went to Highest Point, and loads of videos I've done about. So the most recent one is Sigma. They did Nobody to Love. Then I did about, including her intro, about 10 Amory songs. I did Dancing in the Moonlight by Top Loader, about 3 Bastille songs. About 6 Freya Riding songs, and that's it basically. So make sure you go check them out. On Instagram, big up guys. Recently hit 700. Ollie Sinclair 556. Big up guys. Our Instagram stuff fan page 1. Please go follow me there. On the road to 600, just hit 500 recently. Other socials, Ollie Sinclair 556. I think I'm about 7 away from 400. Guys, I'm finally on Twitter, DJ Sinclairo, DJSANINCLARO. Basically, me and Ryan I thought of downloading Twitter because he was on Twitter. So yeah, all lowercase, DJ Sinclairo. My profile picture is me and Ryan at Highest Point. So if you see that, it might be hard to find it. So if I do a stream, I'll probably put all my social links in the comments. No Facebook, and for Snapchats, Xbox, and PlayStation, please do message me personally for that because it's a bit, personal to say that out loud. Don't want people snapping me or constantly inviting me on PlayStation and stuff. So yeah, please do subscribe to DJ Sinclairo. I'll subscribe back to you and watch about my Highest Point videos and watch about my streams and public watch hours, of course. You'll be seeing this headset now. What happened basically, I went to Highest Point and I was staying at my dad's mate's house, and I took everything apart from my headphones. So and then on the way home, I ordered them and they arrived today. So yeah, these will be my headphones now, and hope you like them. They're kind of like red, and then the mic here, which is a bit closer to my mouth this time. But yeah, big up Arrest, big up Ryan, of course. 6th appearance. I have to make my 7th soon, of course. Hopefully pre-season and other stuff coming for this channel. And I said, yeah, please do subscribe to me. Stream probably, if not this week, next week. And obviously, it doesn't really matter if I do stream anyway, because I've done about 20 Highest Point videos. And I'm actually going to try and edit a Highest Point highlights. I did that last year. So that's going to be about a 10-minute video of the songs they played and stuff like that. So that's probably going to take a while for me to make. But and obviously, make sure you like some of my new posts. I did a birthday post. I did a a post about day 1 and 2 of Highest Point. I did a post about Katie Bazer's new song with Joel Corey when I saw it live. And also my new post, I tagged 20 people who I want to be at Highest Point next year, including a few people who were there this year, like Subfocus, Scott Kwan, and people like that. So yeah, please do subscribe to me, follow on my socials, Instagram. Well, I Road to 1K on my main page, and obviously Road to 700. But that's it. Road to 400 on thing. And also, please do follow me on Twitter. I've got about 10 followers, so make sure you please do follow me. DJ SINCLAIRO. As I said, profile picture of me and Ryan at Highest Point. Please do follow me there. And that's it. I don't want to take too much of your time. Hopefully, to join Ryan's next stream and big up everyone in the comments as well.
Yeah, big up to you, Bo. Me, obviously. Not sure when the next stream will be, but we'll see. Obviously, just keep posting on my social. But yeah, big up everyone, and
Big up.
yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Big up.